find it.
Yeah, and with that we are officially live, so to say. Well, we were live already for 10 minutes, but it wasn't a starting soon thing. And with that, at first, hello dear audience, and welcome to our stream Vampire the Masquerade. I just realized I still have the starting soon picture. Now we are completely live. And
Yay!
yay!
Hello!
Hello!
And it seems like all technical problems should be gone by now. Hopefully.
Knock on
Hopefully.
wood.
Hopefully.
Throw salt over one shoulder. Yeah.
Yep. Do one of you two want to make a recap of the last time?
I'm not gonna lie, after that weak pause,
I know that last time we went and visited. Which one was it? We visited a bar. Yeah, I don't know where did my notes go?
last time I believe we met Russell, who was a Bruja, at the last round.
Yes.
We ended up meeting a couple other people there. I believe Julia and Carl.
No. Julia and Carl you met in the Club Zombie it was, I think. Another.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I met. Okay.
Yeah, but I see I think it's the best when I make a recap because you are more in the...
Yeah.
Okay, then...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, you do it for now.
I had the hope that maybe you could remember, but okay.
Well, I remember the finer points. Like, we went and met with that Bruja. We had a discussion. We came to a compromise where
Exactly.
he gets the blood and Alexander Carter gets the chest.
Yeah,
and we hope this doesn't blow up in our faces.
Exactly, but to give a more comprehensive recap also for the viewers who maybe new and did not see it before, be it now or later on YouTube. You're still on the hunt. Well, not really hunt. You still have the contract or the task to get a box from what was that again? There, from a Toreador called Golia. Golia said to you that there are other people also who wanted, and more precisely a Tremere and an Anarch, and more precisely a Bruja. You did now go to, and also I nearly forgot, but since Golia doesn't like the Tremere either, he said, okay, fuck the Tremere, but I don't really want to piss off the Anarchs because they can be rather unpleasant if they are pissed off, so he wanted you to go to Russell, the Anarch who is interested in that box. After a little back and forth, you finally met him, and he basically said that he only wanted the box so the Tremere don't get it, or more precisely the blood who is in the box. So you made a deal with him that you get the box, but he gets the blood from the box. And now you're on your way back to Golia in Santa Monica on the side of another Bruja called Jack to get the box.
That about sums it up, yes.
Yeah, and that was not as fluid as I hoped it would be.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I
Don't worry, we'll get more fluid with it soon.
Yeah. I have also realized the month I hadn't, or 2.5 months I didn't have internet, my English suffered a little bit from that. Or at least I have the feeling that my English suffered from that a little bit.
Bad.
Surprisingly not.
But yeah. Sorry?
I was just checking for one more thing, but I can find that later.
Sure. Okay. You arrive at Santa Monica again in the main street, enter in front of the old coffee house shop where Golia resides. The first thing that comes to your and that you realize is something happened here, because the glass windows are thrown in and The old tissues back there are flipped, for example, a little bit and so on. That's what you can see directly from the car.
Oh, great.
God damn it! I knew this wasn't going to be straightforward.
Do you think the Tremere got here?
Well, we
Check.
won't know unless we go in.
Jax laughs a little bit. Believe me, that's not Tremere work. If it would be Tremere, you would see much more fire and so on. He also reloads the gun. This doesn't really help against vampires, but let's figure out what's going on.
Fair enough.
Amber nods.
Aspen pats her hip to make sure that her pistol is still there in the waistband.
Still there. I assume
Alright.
you will leave the car.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Get out and carefully approach the building.
It seems to be, empty, so to say. Like I said, thrown in windows a little bit, but if somebody did call the police, the police didn't arrive yet, and also, it's nearly 3 a.m. right now, so not many people outside who could be there and want to have a look and so on. There's the usual, what was the word in English? People on the street who are living on the street without a house, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Who are walking around a little bit further away, standing around one of those burning barrels, is drinking something. Most of them are asleep too.
Hobos, basically.
Hobo, that
Or
was the
homeless.
word. Homeless, hobos, I forgot the word, my bad.
It's fine. Hobo could almost be derogatory.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't want to get canceled.
Yeah.
As long as you don't say the S word, everything is fine.
Good. So, yeah. Well, it's not Tremere. There's only 2 other groups that would know about this as far as we know. That's not good either way. And considering one sent someone with us.
That would leave only one other option.
Aspen bites her lip. Yeah, it would.
Speaking of, Jack looks at you. So, you want to go in, or do we want to continue to stay outside here and have a look?
No, might as well go in. And Aspen leads the way inside.
Yes. Do you want to make a perception alertness to look around a little bit more?
Perception check, yes.
Yeah, perception alertness.
Let's see. Perception. Alertness.
Where is my... There it is. So that would be 3 in alertness, 3 in perception. So
Wrong
6.
number. Where'd the 1 come from?
Yeah, that's a little bit too much.
So I'm
There.
rolling 6.
Yes.
I felt like the first roll would have been better.
And you did the wrong
Then
dice.
there's me. Oh, I did the D20.
Yes. That's more like it. Yeah, Amber, for you, you'll just see the thing I described. For you, Aspen, there is something on the ground in front of the door where you talked with Goldia. It looks a little bit like dirt or dust in a human shape on the ground.
Oh, shit.
Is something wrong?
I point at the shape on the ground. Call me crazy, but I don't think dust settles like that.
Yeah, that doesn't look natural.
Jack shrugs a little bit. Well, it's either Golio or one of the guys who did it, or the guy who did it.
Let's hope it's the guy who did it. All right, let's go find Golia. And so I lead the way. There was a back room, wasn't there?
Yes, and directly in front of the back room is the remains of someone or something.
That's where they. Okay.
Yep, directly in front of the door, so to say. It looks like they did go through the door, something hit them or made them fall to ashes and so on.
Aspen looks at the ash pile a little bit longer and then proceeds into the back room.
The back room is completely dark.
Anyone have a light?
Amber checks her pockets.
I don't
And
think
knowing
you do.
knowing the I was about to say, knowing the era that we're in, cell phones didn't have flashlights on them at the time.
Nope.
I'd be lucky if the screen even lit up.
Yep. But as Ember, you did go directly into the room or just in front of the room?
That was a question.
Yeah, that was a question. Did you go directly as completely in the room? Did you stand in front of the room? Where exactly are you, so to say?
Jen?
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe I'm close behind Aspen, but I would say closer to the entrance of the room.
But
So
you're
we're not
yet
inside yet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did.
At least not inside the back room.
Yeah, that was the question about the back room.
Okay.
I glance back over my shoulder. Hey, Jack, you got a light?
He looks at you and throws you a sip of fire lighter.
Oh, great.
Careful with that.
I roll my eyes and then flick it on.
Which is a perfect opportunity for you two to make a courage check.
Wait,
Yep.
you too?
Courage.
Both of us.
Yep. That's fine.
I mean, it is a pitch black room and fire.
Exactly.
I mean, at the same time, like, I'm not that close to it.
You said you were right by me.
For
This is
Zippo
true.
Lighter, there's a very low difficulty. Don't worry about it. You need to make
Correct.
a very bad check to fall into a Schreck frenzy.
That'd be hilarious. But
Yeah, that would be.
which stats were the for?
Courage. That's
Courage?
in virtue.
It's under virtue.
Under the abilities and advantages.
Okay. Their abilities and advantage. Why do I not?
Advantages on the right.
There it is. Oh,
there's-
okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep, no problem.
So that would be 3. Okay.
Yes. Yes, for you, yeah, you that made a light with a Zippo, no big deal. And Ember, you get a little shiver down your spine, but besides of that, everything's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
I also take the time to draw my pistol.
So pistol in one hand, for a lighter in the other hand.
Yes.
Yep. And I assume you enter the room.
I enter the room and probably want to do a perception check first, right off the bat.
It's a very, very dark room. So,
Ah,
yeah, well, you need to see it's a normal cafe room. The former room, it's around, let's say, feet was the longer, not inch, right? Guys?
it was what?
feet was the longer thing, not inch. Because I remember
Yes.
last time I mixed it up. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the normal room is around. Let me quickly do a math in my head. 6 feet is 2 meters. It's around 10 meters. 6 times 5. 40 feet. A 40 feet room with no lights in it, and on the back of this 40 feet room is the door to the other room. So pitch black. But oh yeah, and I forgot a lighter. But with the lighter that I totally did not forgot, you see the room is surprisingly fine, so to say. It looks like the fight didn't really happen there. There's still the table standing there. There is the stuff on the walls and so on.
I would like to examine the room.
Sure.
And by that I mean I'd like to see, like, because, there hasn't been...
But wait. Like I said, I totally
okay.
did not forget the lighter. And yeah, Aspen, you wanted to make perception alertness, you did.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that'd be 6.
Yeah, you also see behind the table lying someone. You don't really see it. It's just enough. You see some legs laying there on the ground, and then there's the table in the way for you to see more.
I make a little noise to get Amber's attention and then point with the rifle barrel towards the legs, or the pistol barrel towards the legs. But otherwise, I don't say anything.
As she shows me the legs over there, I would like to approach.
Yes. Yeah, as you enter the room, nothing really happens, except that you see after a while that it's your good friend Golia who's laying there. And he has a stake in his chest. Probably his heart. You are not that good in medicine, but you assume that's probably where the heart is.
Wait, how would you know specifically? I'm not good at medicine. Oh, yeah.
Because I know your character sheet.
I know this is a general area of where a heart is.
Yeah,
It's in the chest, kinda.
Exactly.
It's somewhere in the chest.
Yeah. And from, vampire myths and so on, and there's a stake in the chest that's probably in the heart. But yeah, what you do?
I would like to sit him up on the floor, propped against the table, and I would like to gesture over to Aspen before removing the stake.
Please tell me that's not who I think it is.
It's cool, yeah?
Oh, wonderful. With a stake in his chest.
Yes. And you know from your Ventrue school, so to say, that it just means he can't move. He probably even hears you.
Do I have to roll to remove the stake?
No, not really. You just
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
say yet that you pulled it out.
Oh, okay, then hold on.
Yeah, you
pull
just
out the
said
stake.
you sit him up and make a gesture to Aspen.
All right.
I removed
I'll
the stake.
approach. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you pull out the stake, you said. Yeah, it takes a while, then he opens his eyes. You could have done that sooner. There was no need to sit me up. But I'm thankful anyway.
What happened?
Well, after you two left, there were another group coming in here who was, let's say, more direct in their approach. I could take one of them out, but yes, there were too many for me. It's rather
What did they take?
interesting, if you ask me. Sorry, I cut you out.
Uh, or I look around and ask, what did they take?
They, well, you can guess 3 times.
I close my eyes and try very hard to keep a neutral expression. Let me guess. Was it a stone box covered in cuneiform symbols?
He nods. Yes, and it was a rather interesting encounter, if you ask me.
Why?
Tell me, what do you know about the Sabbat?
Well,
I-
I know they're more or less, let's say, an opposing faction to the Camarilla.
Yeah, that's one way to say it. Well, those gentlemen made sure to let me know that they are from the Sabbat, but surprisingly, I'm still alive. And don't take that wrong, I'm very grateful for that, but it's interesting. Normally, they would probably have diablerized me, and not just stake me and let me live here. Especially in a back room where the sun wouldn't get me.
They want to leave a message.
It seems like it, but it's not the typical Sabbat way of sending a message. Normally, this would be a message written in my blood on the floor. In the meantime,
So-
Jack curses a little bit. Waste of fucking life.
Do you believe they weren't from the Sabbat then?
It's no secret that the city was attacked by the Sabbat often, and this led to the Camarilla coming back in this town, but I never encountered them. It's not the typical way the Sabbat does things, but it's also possible that I could be and maybe try a different approach. It's uncertain if you understand what I mean. It's possible it was Sabbat, it was possible it was someone who wants to blame the Sabbat. Like everybody needs a reason to to kick their ass. Comes from Jack.
I'm quiet.
Sounds to me like someone wants to try and start something.
And they knew exactly what they were looking for, more or less.
It seems this way, yes. He looks at Jack, but I also assume that you did find an agreement with Russell then, even if that now doesn't help us much.
More or less, yeah.
Good.
Were you at least able to get a... Were you able to at least get a sense on where they were heading?
Well, you know where you find me, and as you could have guessed, I wasn't really in a position to look at the street and see them go.
Could you describe them?
The usual brutes, you could say. A little bit roughed up, gangster-like attire, those, I think hip-hop attire, it's called this day, I don't know.
Thug, more or less. Ah, wonderful. So now we have possibly the Sabbat running around with some really bad things. Or a group wanting us to believe it's the Sabbat.
It seems like it.
Can you tell us anything else?
Well, I would love to have taken one of them as a prisoner, but... Well, they did come here, did throw a rock in the window, and I just could take one of them with them thanks to my celerity level I have. Normally they would probably have just overrun me when I wouldn't be skilled in this depart.
And I take it there isn't any way of undoing something of that caliber to at least a certain degree. Maybe try and get some type of information beforehand.
Well, for that we would need to find a way to travel to the past, I assume.
So that'd be a no.
I figured as much.
One way probably could be that the Nosferatu maybe did know something. I mean, it's interesting that they seem to have always informations about all the things going on. But on the other hand, to reach those is a little bit more complicated.
From what I've heard, most times they'll approach you if you have information of interest.
Or if they know, God damn it, or if they know that you want an information and they have it.
I don't know what kind of deals the Nosferatu would have tried to partake in, so to speak.
Well, mostly it goes like this. You want an information, we have an information. And we will tell you what you want to know, and later you will help us out. You know, the typical way of dealing with business in our society.
Oh no, I'm aware of the favors. It's the kind of favors that I'm worried about.
I assume that depends on the Nosferatu in question and how he interprets the value of this information.
And I doubt it's as simple as just shouting, "Hey, Nosferatu, I need information."
I am afraid not. The typical way is to let people know that you're looking for an information about something, and, well, sooner or later the Nosferatu will hear about it, and if they decide that they want to deal with you, they will approach you.
I go ahead and holster my pistol in my waistband again.
Jack, in the
Either way,
meantime,
the situation just got much more complicated.
well, for you, kiddo. Jack puts his hand on your shoulder. I assume when you found the box, you will tell Russell, and because he probably will not forget what the deal you have with him. And until then, I don't see why it's important for me to be here. I assume
Right.
you two can deal with that.
I nod. Sorry for wasting your night.
Don't worry about it. He already goes to the entrance of the building, but slowly, in a relaxed way.
We'll be in touch if anything changes.
Waiting for you, and he leaves the building.
We should get out of here as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I turn and head towards the door.
I turn back really quick. You wouldn't happen to have a number to this location, would you?
If I remember correctly, I gave it to you the last time you were here.
Yes.
Oh, alright. My apologies. Well then, yeah, we'll keep in touch and let you know if we find anything.
Yes, and if you happen to be able to get those gentlemen who did stake me, I would much appreciate it if you would leave them with me for a while.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
You
It's
know,
made,
then good hunt.
they just made my night very, very difficult.
I just flex my fingers, cracking them. We'll do our best.
Yeah, what you're doing.
Well, we're heading back to the car.
Yeah, head
Yeah.
back to the car, and I would say we drive back to my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole way, Aspen's trying very hard not to break the steering wheel with her grip.
Do you want to talk while you're driving?
No.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, sure. Then let's skip the drive to you coming
If
home.
anything, just like a slight comment to the grip, and those like, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because Aspen is pissed.
Yep. So you reach your apartment, maybe without a problem. I will soon tell you. Because this is a perfect
Ominous.
opportunity to make a roll. No, nothing. Yeah,
Okay.
you reach your apartment without a problem.
Okay.
And also, hello.
Hello.
He did write a while ago, and I answered him already, but I forgot to say hi. Sorry, Lou.
Oh.
So,
How to
you
hide a body tab. Don't worry about it.
well, I tell you that I always make a little mistake, so to say. At least
Look.
you two, I told.
Look, the way this night's going, these two girls will probably need that tab.
Oh yeah.
All right.
By the way, what time is it?
When you now come back home, it's around 4 a.m.
Oh god.
Yeah, so we should probably call it a night.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and write the instructions for the girls and let them know where to look around to set up shop. I did find a couple buildings beforehand.
Right. I think our next step is to try to get into contact with the Nosferatu, and I might have an idea on how to do that. As I say that, I head to my bedroom.
Well, I'll hear about it tonight or tomorrow night then, I guess.
With any luck, I flash a smile, but it's pretty forced.
Yeah.
And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and I just want to say, and I assume you both go to sleep.
Well, before she goes to sleep, Aspen goes to the phone and makes a call to her sire, Alexander Carter.
Yes. It rings a while, and then you got on the mailbox. Not mailbox, you know, the thing.
Yeah, voicemail.
Yeah. Voicemail, yes. Mailbox, voicemail, same.
Yeah. I'm sorry to be ringing you so late, Mr. Carter. I have some bad news in regards to our little venture. It seems that on the surface, the Sabbat might be very interested in our, shall we say, acquisition. For the moment, they appear to have run off with it. I'm still tracking down some leads, but I think we need to have talk later on how to proceed from here. I'll wait for your phone call, and then we'll see about getting this box back. Have a good day, I suppose. And I hang up.
Yep.
And as for me, before I head to bed, I write down the 2 addresses of the potential factory and apartment that we will be looking at in Bel Air, as well as a nearby bank to be able to use the money to be able to purchase said properties.
Yep.
I make sure to leave very detailed instructions for the both of them as well.
Yep.
And then that's when I head to bed.
Should have probably added that we don't know where the people ran off to, and we're looking for leads. But whatever.
I think that was implied.
Okay, good.
Yep. From how you worded it, that was implied, I guess.
So after I hang up, I just think, well, here's to hoping the Nosferatu are as eavesdroppy as I've heard. And then I go to bed.
Yep. And then both of you lose a blood point.
Yep.
Yep. And let me look who wakes up first. Yep. Amber, you wake up the next night.
All right. Let's
As
see.
you
First,
wake-
I'd like to check on the girls.
Wait.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm just
Shotto
doing
mate.
something. Yep. Mate shotto. No, that starts again. God damn it. No. And when you wake up, you hear them already in the. It sounds like from the kitchen or something. You hear also the sound of tables and plates and knives and forks and so on. It sounds like they are eating right now. Remember, it's February, so the sun goes down around 7 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, then I go to check on the girls.
Yep. Yeah, Sarah, not so shy-ish to you, and Susan smiles. Morning or night. Hi. You also see James sitting there just eating a sandwich.
Hello. How's everyone doing this lovely evening?
We're fine. We had a little talk about different things. She looks a little bit to James with a not so amused face, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, and about the stuff you said, we're working on it.
Alright. How's it going so far?
We did go there and try to contact them, and they did give us a number, and we called the number, and he said they are talking to their superiors, and there's a list, and we are on the list, and so on.
Alright then. Then if everything goes well, we should hear back from them tomorrow morning.
Maybe.
Again, if all goes well. Good job,
Yes.
you two.
Yep, Susan beams a smile, and Sarah goes a little bit more red, so to say.
I like the dynamic between these two.
Yeah, I fleshed them a little bit more out after I first encountered them, so to say. I mean, the whole personality was basically improvised at first.
I like this. So, Now all we need to do is be able to gather a couple of the tools once the place is done, and hopefully the shop will be running as soon as the building is bought.
She looks over to Sarah. She does. She had already made a list what we need and so on.
Oh, okay.
You know how she is. She's shy, but she's always doing good, and she goes through her head and so on.
I knew it was a good thing to have you along. Trying to find the right words.
It was a good idea to enslave you with my blood. That would be the truth, but that would be not so nice.
Right.
Yeah. I'm glad I took away your free will.
So let's take a look at this list so far.
Yeah. Sarah leans down. She has a backpack there with a college block and gives you the block just without a word. You see some computer parts and yeah, computer stuff, so to say, to set up the business.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, you said it was IT and so on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right then. Everything seems to be in order. Well done. I hand the book back to her.
She takes it and puts it back in the backpack.
All right then. Well, Aspen and I do have a couple things that we need to check on. So I'll let you go ahead and finish your meal and get ready for the night.
Okay. Well, it's still early. We could come with you. I mean, when you want to be
no,
alone with her,
we
that would
did.
be completely okay for us. But if it would be okay, we would come with you.
Being all needy again.
Amber has that like little nervous sweat face. Let's just say we're meeting a few people. It's gonna be a one-time thing, so probably best not to at the moment.
Okay. But when you need us, you know how to get us. Even when we are asleep, you can... I mean, you have the number here, and you can still call us and then we come. I mean, you can
That
fight
is-
and so on, but it's always better to have more people in those situations. You never know.
As true as that is, I don't want to lose you guys to a random scrap, so to speak.
And we don't want to lose you to a random scrap.
Well, I'm sure you already know it's kind of hard for me to be lost to a random scrap.
Yeah, but it's still possible, and when if we are with you, we can help you. Sarah nods.
I appreciate the thought. Tell you what. Someday soon, on one of these nights, we'll go out and have a girls' night out. Okay?
Okay. Promise?
Okay. Promise.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. She beams.
What have I done?
It's a freaking love triangle going on over here.
Well, technically the plot bond goes deeper than only love.
True.
Yes.
It's closer to a yandere sort of thing, but like minus the killing, maybe.
From the intensity of emotions, yes, yes.
But yeah.
But also, Aspen, you wake up too.
I make a beeline for the bathroom, get all fixed up for the night, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And
You also hear from the kitchen voices.
all right, I get dressed, do up my hair, go out into the kitchen and give a nice, bright smile.
Good
Evening,
evening.
ladies.
Good evening, Miss Reed. James says.
I smile at James. Hope you had a good day.
It could have been worse. He quickly glances over to the girls and then back to you.
I make note of that, but say nothing. Doesn't sound like something to be discussed in polite company. So, I clap my hands together, looking around. Any plans for this evening?
Well, we do have that to try and figure out.
Yeah, I'm hoping we cast a broad enough net, but we'll have to see.
Right. On the plus side, so far, the apartment and the factory are currently in pending. So hopefully, if everything goes well, then we should have our own place by tomorrow morning.
Perfect. I need to go check the phone, see if there's any messages left over the day. And then I suppose our schedule is open for the time being. We don't really have any leads.
Right.
So be right back. And I go and check the phone.
Amber's just thinking, oh god, tonight might be that girl's night out night after all.
Give me a moment.
Yep.
You have, in fact, a message on your voice recorder. Was it that? I forgot already the word. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a voice recorder.
Yep. Well, that was quick. I pick up the phone and I check what the message is.
Yes. Do you want me to voice it or do you want to sum up?
It's up to you.
Wait, tell me if you're gonna voice it or not.
What?
Tell me if you're gonna voice it or not, because I kind of want to do the automated message.
Oh, like the whole, you have one new message.
Yes.
If you want to, you can voice it. I can send you the thing what there's in the voice message.
Yes.
Oh, that's ominous.
Yes.
So that only tells me Aspen's ploy worked. And I don't like it. Okay.
Sent you.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a female voice or a male voice for
A
this
male
one.
voice for that.
All right then. I've got just the one.
Oh, here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
You have one new message. Looking for that crazy ass ex-husband who's late on his alimony payments? How about that jerk who knocked you up? Look no further. With Arthur Kilpatrick's amazing crime pewter, you can find almost anyone with a record, and these days, just about everyone. So come on down to Arthur Kilpatrick's bail bonds. If you've got the deadbeat, we've got the technology to find him. End of message.
That wasn't what I was expecting. I just stand there blinking at the wall. On the other hand, Aspen gets serious. That might be worth looking into, actually. And I start smiling to myself again.
Why do I imagine the Grinch smile?
Just slowly spreading across her face.
Aspen got a wonderful, awful idea.
Well, not like we have anything better to do today. I hang up and head back into the kitchen.
Yep.
So, who wants to track down a deadbeat husband?
I'm assuming like either Susan or Sarah just like sputters their drink, and I'm just looking like, eh?
I just have this big old
they at
smile
least
on my
look a little bit confused, like, what?
I'm sorry. Could I don't think I heard you right. And believe you and me, I've got the ears to do so.
I just smile. Oh, we might have a way forward from here. If I got a call from who I think we got a call from, we might be able to make some progress tonight.
Amber just looks at you confused.
Have you ever heard of a person called, what was it?
Arthur Kilpatrick.
Arthur Kilpatrick?
Can't say that I have.
James looks up. Isn't there this bail bond franchise there in Santa Monica?
Exactly. Let me just write that down real quick.
Wait, I write you the name. I put it in off topic in the server.
Okay. Well, I actually got it right.
Yeet.
So, this fine fellow, as James pointed out, is the proprietor of a bail bonds shop, who very kindly left a message on my phone last night, or morning, if you want to put it that way, just lauding his ability to track people down.
Good old of early 2000 with spam calls on the phone.
Yeah. Now, it could be nothing. We could be wasting our time this evening. But who else do you know is really good at tracking people down?
You think he may be one of the people we're looking for?
Possibly. I can't say for sure, or at least he knows some.
I can see where you're going with this, but at the same time...
Granted, kind of wave a hand, it's paper thin at best. We could just put it off and, I guess, just wait for something else to happen. Maybe have a nice little night on the town.
Amber looks to the two.
Yep.
I mean, we could do either or both, or I guess.
You know, I seem to think about it for a little bit. You know, both sounds good. After last night, I could definitely use a little unwind time. Not exactly how I thought my first night out on the town would go.
Agreed.
I turn and look at James. Any plans for this evening?
Not so far, no.
All right, another staycation.
Staycation.
Unless staycation, basically just staying in the house.
Ah, okay, yep. He nods.
I smile some more. Could probably use a drink before we go, though. And
There's still something for you to drink in the fridge.
I beam. Excellent. I head over to the fridge and
Yeah, the
get
blood
my drink
bags.
out. Yep.
Yep. How much you want to drink? There are 5 blood bags. 1 blood bag would be 1 blood point.
We'll just do one for now.
Yes. Yep.
Bring it back up to where it was. Actually, now I think about it, let's make it 2, just in case.
Okay.
I have a sneaking suspicion. Might need a little extra blood.
Yeah. I mean, you're still hungry, so to say. Not really,
Yeah.
oh god, I need to food, but even after the 2 blood points, you're still hungry.
Yeah. Though I don't want to take all of it just yet.
Yep.
As for me, I'm probably gonna have to try and find my own source, aren't I?
I'm afraid so. I don't think my stores will agree with you. And then I pause and think for a moment, give her a weird look. Wait, I don't think I know what Grankle prefer.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, we're capable of drinking almost any type of blood.
Oh, must be nice. I throw the empty blood bags away and head towards the door.
Well, I do know Ventrue do have a acquired taste to a specific type.
Try not to smile at that, but fail. You could say that again.
Others would call it a eating disorder.
Yeah. Let's just say without James's help, it might be a really ugly situation for me.
I still don't remember. Did you tell me back in the car, or...?
I think for a moment.
I remember.
No, I don't think I did.
Well, I mean, if I could be of any help in acquiring your specific tastes, then
Well,
I think...
For now, we'll just leave a pin in that. It's not really that important right now, but if it gets down to the wire, yeah. I'll need your help with it.
Okay.
Though, and I glance towards Amber's ghouls, you may want to leave your friends behind for that.
Yeah, we
Fair.
got that. You don't want us. It's okay.
Well, I mean, I don't want Amber get upset if anything does happen. Try not to smirk at that and Head. So, where do you girls want to go first?
Well, I don't know if Club Zombie would be the best place to start.
I wouldn't have something against clubbing, but I don't think you drink alcohol, don't you?
Uh, there's there's a few places around that serve our kind as well.
Ah, yeah, I thought so. But I assume that's not where we are allowed. Rachel could also just go to some bar or something and talk.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, just... You know, a bar actually sounds really nice. Even if we can't get plastered like the old days.
I mean, from what I hear, there are certain ways.
Yes, they are.
I just wave a hand at Amber. Oh, you know what I mean. All right. So I go get the car keys. I check the answering machine one more time. I'm assuming there's no more messages.
Nope.
I try not to frown. And then after pausing for a moment, I head for the door. Coming?
Yeah, the two girls also stand up and coming with. That's how I understood it, that you now go bar
Yeah.
with them. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure for a moment. Yeah. They follow you.
I have to say, I kind of like this antisocial James, too. It's like, just get out of my place.
Maybe he just doesn't like those two.
I mean, that's what it seems like. It seems like something happened during the day between the three of them.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what happened.
I just didn't want to bring it up in front of like everyone.
So I see you. There was something. What did happen, huh? What did your ghouls do to my ghoul?
So anyway, all of us in the car.
And I guess we just go to a bar, just an well, how about I put it this way? We drive around until we find a bar.
Yeah, that's
Just-
no big much of a problem to find a bar in
Yeah.
LA. I mean,
Right.
do you have
It
do
is
you,
LA.
yeah? Do you have a specific part of town in mind where you want to go?
Probably a bit more of an upscale place.
Yeah, so probably more downtown area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Downtown once more.
Yeah, you find a little. It's not really wine bar, but it makes it, well, it's more lounge than a bar, so to say. With some leather couches and stuff like that. A little bit more uptight, so to say.
Oh, fancy.
When we walk in, I go up to the bar and order a glass of wine.
Yep.
Don't intend to drink it, but I order a glass of wine.
Sure. Yeah.
I order a glass of whiskey.
Yeah. Susan orders mojito and Sarah just water.
Well, that's boring.
See, Sarah's nice. Sarah is the quiet one. She's got a head on her shoulders.
That would be Aspen's thought. Just, well, that's boring. I say we go find a booth and just unwind for a bit.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
After we take a seat, I just pick up the glass and kind of swirl it around a little bit.
As you turn around, Amber, please make a perception alertness check.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
That's good. That's good.
After you got your whiskey, it was, I think, you turn around and see a familiar face sitting on the couch talking with someone on one of the couches. Carl Merton, the guy you met yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
The artist guy.
He talks with a small guy with glasses and a nearly bald head. You know those when you just lose hair, kind of bald, not shaving head. And they seem to be in a heated argument or something. Or at least a heated discussion.
All right, then. I told the girls, give me a moment, I'll be right back. Then I head over there with my glass of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Amber go, but I keep heading towards the booth.
Yep, they follow you then.
Carl? Is that you?
He looks up, stops for a moment, then, Amber, nice to meet you. What did you bring here? Oh, and where am I, you know what I mean.
Manners?
Manners, yep, that was the word. This is Bobby, an acquaintance of mine and good friend, if I may ask. He looks at you, skeptical, nods just.
Oh, he just looks at me skeptically?
Yep. Bobby, I mean.
Hi, I'm Amber. Nice to meet you.
The same, yes. You know Carl?
We've met in a couple places. We've met in a place before.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, it's nice to meet one of Carl's, let's say friends, for once. Carl, is really that what you normally do for? He is, oh, no, not that kind of friends. We just met yesterday and had a talk. Ah, I see. He looks more skeptical towards you. Make a quick perception empathy check, please.
Perception, empathy.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that Bobby at first thought that you and Carl were together in the bed often.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, okay.
Amber makes a face Amber makes a face putting her hand to her chest. You dare equate me to one of those harlequins on the street?
Oh, no, not this kind. It's just I know Carl for a while, and now he can be very charming, even if that's not that wise all the time. So I'm sorry for this misunderstanding. It's, you know, when you know someone and he has a typical behavior and you jump to conclusions. Carl just leans back and smiles and sips on his glass.
Oh, it's as Carl has said. I just met him yesterday. So I guess I haven't had enough time to be able to come to said conclusions to which you have come to.
Well, anyway, I needed to go now and prepare some things. He looks at Carl again with, you know what you did bring me into her face. Was nice to meet you. He seems to have forgotten your name again.
Amber.
Amber, yes. It was nice to meet you. I need to go now.
All right.
Yeah, he takes a bag that was next to him and leaves the building. Carl looks amused at you. Don't take it too hard. He is always like that.
A very how would I say it? A very skeptical individual, isn't he?
Yes, indeed he is. But for a moment, let's jump to Aspen.
Okay.
Yeah. After you sit down with Susan and Sarah, Susan leans her elbows on the table. She sits in front of you. Okay, you and Amber.
I pause and give a very polite blink. Me and Amber, what?
You know each other from before the whole thingy thing. You know what I mean.
I try to keep my smile very polite. Yes, we did.
He never mentioned you.
It kind of screws up my expression, but I keep it straight. I wouldn't be terribly surprised. We were more or less just good roommates for the longest time. So, if we're going to be playing 20 questions, I do have a couple for you two girls.
I'm listening.
I prop my head up on the table on my elbow, just kind of rest it, and smile at them. What do you two think of my ghoul James?
He's fine, I
I've never-
guess.
I raise an eyebrow. Might want to do a perception check on that, just in case.
Sure. Perception empathy is in this case.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. So that would be 4. Doof.
Well, that's still one success. Yeah, it's more in a. You can't really tell if she's completely honest with that, or if she's just what's the word? Just
Lying
nice.
through her teeth.
No,
Sorry,
or-
that was me being
no,
aggressive.
that's what I want to say. But it's obvious that she's clearly not completely lying. Not a blatant lie, but you're not completely sure if she's just not nice. The other word that you know what I mean, or if
If she's being sincere or not.
yeah, if she's completely sincere or not, or but she's also not blatantly lying. Wait, I need to look the word up. I think I made that explain it more complicated than necessary.
Sincere, genuine.
No. Polite. If she's just polite or not. Or that's, yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure that we're all getting along while everyone's in the same building.
Well, then you need to talk to him. He seems to have a problem with us, not the other way around.
I raise an eyebrow at that, but then straighten out my expression. Duly noted. And I lean back, still swirling my wine, by the way.
Yeah.
I suppose you will have another question for me then?
Not really. Just want you to know when you fuck with her, we fuck with you. Well, I do. Sarah probably doesn't really because... no, that doesn't matter important. Anyway, don't fuck with her. And you know the way, I mean, not the other way.
Yeah. Aspen smirks and thank you for the clarification on that. I wouldn't have figured it out otherwise.
Don't make fun of me.
I gave her a more contrite look at that. I'm sorry. It's a habit of mine. You run in my circles for long enough, and you start to speak fluently in sarcasm a little too easily. I glance over my shoulder back at Amber.
Yeah, speaking of which, let's continue there.
So, I take it you're out on business, or were you catching up with a friend, or...
A little bit of both, you could say. Bobby and
Oh,
me are friends on the one hand, on the other hand, we often work together.
interesting. What is it that you guys work on? If I may ask.
Let's just say that I know how to. That I'm able to get some things and he's able to bring it to someone else.
Sounds like middlemen, if you ask me.
That would be rude to put it this way. It's more. Both of us have our talents, and if we put them together, we work well.
My apologies. I guess the better term would be transport, delivery.
Yes, let's put it that way. That's more the way I would put it too.
Fair enough. I have ideas now and I'm mad. Well, if anything, I was just out with a couple friends of my own. Enjoying a night out on the town, so to speak.
I did not see you come in. I thought you were alone. If you want to, you can introduce me to your friends.
Uh, sh- sure, why not?
Yeah, he
I,
looks
uh,
around.
I then get up and lead him to the table really quick.
Yep. Yeah. Aspen, you see her coming with a guy you don't know. Susan doesn't look amused at all.
Aspen grins and says under her breath, "Well, Amber still makes friends just as easily as ever." And then rearranges herself to be a lot more polite.
Yeah, before they hear about Susan nods towards you, and yeah, looks like it. But yeah, Amber, you arrive.
So, guys, this is Carl. I met him at the club yesterday.
Hi, Carl, says Susan, and Sarah just nods and nips on her water.
A pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure
It's
to
not
meet.
every.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, finish. You finish.
It's not every day this wildcat brings friends over.
Well, it's words. I need words. One moment. Give me a moment to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's wildcat wouldn't be the word I would tell, but nice to meet you too. He sits down directly next to you, nods also to Susan and Sarah, and you too. I like your friend says. I'm Carl Merton. He glances over the three of you, and I see that we can be a little bit more open here. Even if our two friends here, he looks at Susan and Sarah, are not completely of our blood.
You can say that.
I go over to take a seat in between Susan and Sarah.
Yep, that make quickly enough space to you. For you, I mean.
I say I pretend to take a sip from the wine, but really I just push it back into the glass instead of swallow it.
Yep. Carl seems to take a sip too. Or maybe he really does take a sip.
It's hard to say.
I would
You
like
can-
to roll perception on this.
Yes, I thought so. Do so then. He seems to actually swallow a little bit of it.
How? How?
So he actually drank. Oh.
There are ways.
How? Amber looks at him slightly interested now. I would say, like, it's an obvious look of confusion on her face, which she's trying to conceal it, but, like... all I will say is there's a hint of confusion there as she notices,
Yep.
Carl actually taking a sip.
Yep.
And Aspen notices Amber's confusion, but stays quiet.
So, I haven't seen you two before. Well, I did see Amber yesterday, obviously, but I assume you both knew until then?
These two came with me.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said, these two came with me, I say, gesturing to Susan and Sarah.
And I smile and say, more like freshly let off the leash.
I see. You're very young and just introduce yourself to our, let's say, boss. He smiles.
Exactly.
More or less.
I see. And if I may ask, what clan are you? At Aspen, obviously.
Well, I come from the Ventrue.
Ah, I see. That explains a little bit.
I will take that as a compliment.
Oh, it was meant that way. He smiles.
She has a teasing smile of her own.
Yeah.
And I know it was only yesterday, but if you could remind me on what your clan was once more.
Oh, no problem. Toreador for me.
And noted.
Yeah, I remember my first time when playing Vampire. After I had no idea who I'm talking to after we played 2 months, after when I was talking to a character that was very important and was introduced to me 2 months earlier, I started to write everything down my character sees, smells, and hears. Well, curious about what for a little. Lou, it's seen as, well, there are vampires who were a child when they were embraced, but normally they are seen as a big problem, and that would lead to problems, so to say.
Yeah, being
Yeah,
being
I was-
immortal, I could see them,
So
never
the-
quite growing out of the trouble phase.
It's more the problem that imagine you were embraced when you were 9-year-old. Your body will always be the one of a 9-year-old, even when you are 100 years old and on the mental level of a 100-year-old.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yes, it leads to problems, and that's why most smart vampires do not embrace children.
Right.
Problems equals fun.
Yeah, problems equals fun, yeah.
No, Lou, if you want to have fun, make a vampire who doesn't believe vampires are real.
yes, that's possible.
This is true. We were going to do something similar to that.
Oh, what one day we have to do just a complete bullshit run. Just ludicrous characters and see how far we get before we get killed
Yes.
by our own stupidity.
One day, maybe, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It would definitely be something different to the usual vampire.
Yeah. All right. But in the meantime, we got this.
Yes,
I have a few ideas too, like a beautiful Nosferatu.
that's not possible.
Or a vain Nosferatu.
That's more like it, but beautiful is not possible because they have appearance 0 as a class.
I know,
Yes.
I know, and that's the point.
But they are Cleopatras, that are people who were extremely beautiful when they were a human and then were embraced by a Nosferatu to teach them a lesson.
Wait, ludicrous ideas.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Do we have ideas though?
Yes. But I would say let's continue.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just said
So,
that he's
yeah.
ready.
Aspen suddenly gets very interested.
Oh.
So, you've been in this town for a while, I take it.
Oh, some years, yes.
Pause and I think a little bit. How many times would you say you've come across something like, I don't know, like a Nosferatu?
Oh, I try to deal with them as little as possible, but in the last, let's say, 5 years, around 10, 15 times.
And they always got into contact with you? I heard that's the norm.
Well, normally it is that you talk about with other people that you want to have something to do with the Nosferatu or have business with them or want to have business with them, and sooner or later one obfuscated Nosferatu hears you or hears about it from, I don't know, they probably have microphones everywhere if you ask me, but they will probably hear it sooner or later and then come to you.
I see.
Yeah, I heard from apparently one time someone wanted to deal with them, and when he woke up the next night, he had a Nosferatu standing in his bedroom.
Well, that's just creepy no matter how you slice it. But
Live or undead?
Sorry?
but I didn't realize they did home visits, but that's good to keep in mind.
Well, it comes down to that. When you have your home is probably safe enough that you can talk there openly, at least more open than here, for example. Especially since
True.
they have, well, most of them have problems coming here in this kind of establishments. Or at least in their openly coming in those kind of establishments here.
This is also very true.
But if you really want to come into contact with them, you probably just should go into an Elysium and hint here and there that you maybe have something with them or to talk with them. Not directly say it because, well, you know how our people can be.
Exactly. I'll keep that in mind in case I do need to get in contact with any.
Yes, I completely understand what you mean. But why you ask?
Oh, I might. Oh, go
Some
ahead.
business that needs to be taken care of.
I am new in town, you know, and there might be a honey pot or two I have a finger in that I might like to have cleared up a little bit. That makes any sense? I apologize if I'm being vague, but
Yeah, no problem, I know. I mean, if you want to, we can also go somewhere else where we can talk more open.
I consider it for a moment, but politely decline.
Then decline politely.
As tempting as that sounds, I am rather enjoying my wine. Take a sip and make a show of spitting it right back in the cup and putting it down.
Let it flow in the mouth, let it flow out of the mouth again.
Yep. Tastes like grape.
Not really. Tastes
At
like
this point,
nothing for you.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Ken?
At this point, I take my glass of whiskey and make it look like I'm drinking it.
I look down at the glass. I do miss wine like this, but, you know,
No, there are...
little sacrifices.
Yeah, I hear there are some people who can still taste it. I really wish I could.
You and me both.
Speaking of tasting,
Yes?
how is it that you're able to keep it down?
He smiles. Oh, you noticed? Well, let's say it's... For some reason, I can hold it inside myself, even if I need to make sure later that I put it out again, if you understand what I mean.
Sounds like a pretty rare trait.
It seems so, yes. I was surprised when I did hear that most of us can't do it. Fun times, fun times. He smiles.
Well, if we ever need a quick escape, there's always the whole swallow the wine and puke all over everything and be escorted out gag.
Exactly, and also I had some fun with a local Malkavian who dared me to drink a glass of water in one go. Because he didn't want to believe that I would be able to do it.
Oh, I would have paid money to see that guy's face.
Well, he still
I
owes
agree.
me. He still owes me for that. Sorry, Ken, you wanted to say something too?
I said, I agree.
So wanting to see money to see that.
The agree didn't came out through.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and what are you two, or you four, my bad, up to tonight?
Girls' night out.
Ah.
Be a second night off the leash, so we're just spreading our I am spreading my wings, so to speak. getting to know the town, getting to know the locals. Hopefully don't get involved in any bad business, but you know the city.
Yeah, the usual. Well, in this case, you really should go to Club Zombie or Taste of LA.
You know, Taste of LA sounds a little fun. What do you three think?
Well,
Taste of
I
LA.
think only two of you could go in there, not to be rude or anything, but it's one
right.
of those kind of clubs, if you understand.
Ah,
Maybe we'll save that for later in the evening.
Me nuts. But also when you're now on a words girls' night out, I seem to be a little bit more or less fifth wheel on the car. So I leave you for then alone on your girls' night out.
of course.
A smile. It's a pleasure to meet you, Carl.
Pleasure to meet you too. I hope to see you in Taste of LA and Club Zombie soon.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Well, hope to see you again soon, Carl.
same to you and also to you too. Susan just glances at him with already half her mojito gone, and Sarah just looks down to her glass. And he leaves.
Keep an eye on that one. He might be a business partner later.
Who do you say that?
I say that to Sarah.
Ah. She looks at you, then nods. You mean I should look into him, or what do you mean?
From what I hear, he might be able to assist when it comes to transport.
Okay, yes, I will look it up later, before I go to bed.
Okay.
And that's when I look to Aspen and say,
Sometimes friendliness gets you connections.
So I see. I comment. Here I thought I was the social butterfly.
Comes from Susan.
I will take that as a compliment. Aspen says under her breath.
Susan, play nice.
I am nice. She looks at you two. I'm just thinking right now. With
Oh.
she holds up nearly gone mojito. When I would completely be wasted and you would drink from me, would you get something from that too or not?
From what I've been told, yes, we could.
As I think about it. Quite possibly, yes.
Good to know. Don't think anything. That's just a thought.
I give a toothy grin. Oh, don't worry. You're not my type, honey.
One moment.
the sass.
Yes. Yes. She looks at you with a death stare.
I pretend not to notice and take another fake sip.
Don't worry, she means literally, as in she has a very, very,
Yeah, I get
very
it.
strict diet.
If you excuse me, I get another drink. She
All right.
places down her empty mojito and goes over to the counter.
I lean over to Aspen.
You didn't have to burn her that bad.
I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed right now, and I guess I'm being a little snippy. I'll apologize when she comes back.
Besides, we're here to try and take a load off for now.
I nod, but I still seem a little distracted.
Besides, I might need you after a little bit.
I glance up at her. Me?
Let's just say, the hunger is getting to me a little bit.
Ah.
You have,
Do you need...
you have steaks, right? Just in case.
steak? Well...
Ken, that was the problem of one specific character. This has nothing to do with the clan as a whole.
I know, but at the same time, like, she doesn't want to risk it.
Well, I'll have to see what's in the fridge. We'll at home see if James bought any. If not, we can always stop by the store to get something fresh from the deli.
That kind of steak.
Oh, right.
Susan comes
Probably-
back with a beer.
We'll
What you
probably have
talking
to make
about?
Just some potential steaks that we could try and get together.
Okay. She looks at Aspen. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you arm wrestle?
I blink at her. Arm
I also
wrestle?
blink at her.
You know, when you have your hand like this, she places her elbow on the table. And
Yes, I know how it's done. It's just you caught me a little bit by surprise. Can't say I tend to. Where did this come from all of a sudden?
She shrugs. Maybe I want to show if you can beat me.
I mean, sure, why not? We're supposed to be unwinding. I put my hand up on the table.
Yep, she grabs. And do you want to push blood to give you some temporary points? It
You
would
know
be a
what?
strength check.
Yeah, and I have like no strength, so yeah.
Yep. You can spend up to 3 blood points. How many do you want to?
Let's do 2.
Yes.
Don't break her arm.
Then, yes, on strength plus the 2 you spend.
So it'd be 3.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, she has no problem wrestling your arm down.
Well, darn.
And she has a very smug look on her face now. And takes a deep sip of a beer. Thought so.
I pretend to massage my hand a little bit. Well, if I need a jar of pickles opened, I know who to talk to. My goodness.
Yeah, you went into sport, weren't you?
Not really, no.
Maybe you want to work on that.
I smile a little bit. Possibly, I probably will. Of course, I can always just rely on Amber here. If I have any, if I need any muscles.
I just put a hand behind my head, looking down.
Nonetheless, you are pretty strong, Susan.
I know.
Wow.
I feel like she was looking for some praise.
Maybe.
Wouldn't you say that calls for a victory drink?
She looks at her beer. I have my beer here, or what do you mean? If you, out of character, when you mean blood from you, she only needs that once a month. If she doesn't spend a blood point.
I know, I'm referring to like a actual drink, like
Okay, then I misunderstood you. But yeah, she looks at you. I have my beer, or what do you mean?
I point to her empty glass.
Yeah, but she did come back she did get a beer before the arm wrestling, so she still have the whole beer now. She emptied the mojito, did grab the beer, and after she came back with the beer, she arm wrestled Aspen.
I know. I'm talking about like a drink on either Aspen or I
Ah,
when she finishes the beer.
okay, my bad. Slight misunderstanding. But yeah,
Silly guy.
yeah. But yeah, she looks at you. Sure, why not? I wouldn't mind that.
All right then.
I can lose graciously. And I suppose I do owe you a drink for that.
She nods.
Amber's rubbing her hands together.
And anything from you, Sarah?
Another coke, maybe.
Okay.
Nah,
Sarah's so quiet.
Aspen just thinks to herself, is this a kid? What, water and Coke? What's going on? But she doesn't say any of that out loud.
Yeah, obviously. Also, she looks like early 20s, so she's for sure not a kid.
Yeah,
She looks old enough to be, even by American laws, able to drink alcohol.
she's just shy.
She was probably, well, she would have probably been a gamer in the next 10 or so years.
She could still be a
It
gamer
sounds
this
like to
time.
me.
I mean, gamers were
True.
a thing back then too.
I know. I'm talking about like Xbox stuff like that.
Ah,
Spax.
well, back then there was still the PlayStation, or no, there was already PlayStation 2 and N64, and I don't know if Sega Mega Drive was still a thing.
You know what I mean?
Yes, and computers were also a thing.
I know
I-
computers were a thing, but like I don't think too many gaming things. Like I know the Macintosh made a gaming computer, but like it was pretty.
Early 2000 was the big
Briefcase-like.
time of IBM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I feel like you give Sarah a PS1, a TV, and she'd be happy in a room by herself for a
Yeah,
while.
probably.
Yeah. But yeah.
So the yep.
So what?
So yeah, I take it after the drink. I guess I go ahead and go ahead and get her another. What is it? Mojito.
First was mojito, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll get her another mojito.
Yep.
I pass Amber my credit card since Aspen did lose.
And it would be very shameful for a Ventrue to owe a favor to a ghoul.
Yes, that too.
Well, that's
There
also
is
not.
that.
That's also not how this works, but still.
But still, I'm pretty sure she'd be laughed at pretty heartily if found out that she owed a favor to a ghoul and a Gangrel ghoul
Yep.
on top of that. So very quickly pay off that debt
Oh yeah.
and make it seem like no big deal.
Right. Then yeah, I go ahead and use that card to buy a mojito.
Yep.
All right. And there we go.
Thank you. She also has
welcome.
and with the mojito coming in the near future, empty the beer very quickly.
This girl puts it away. Holy crap. You know, I'd say out of the blue, I don't think I ever heard the story of how you three met.
Oh,
Yes, and how do you met them? I'm still waiting for that backstory.
Oh god.
But still for you, Aspen. Same for you.
Yeah, I need to work out how her and James.
Yep.
well, Uh, let's just, it's,
Oh, and Aspen just thinks, "Oh, this is much more fun."
let's just say it was, an interesting turn of events. I ended up meeting Susan when she was taking a stroll through the forest, doing her, what was it,
Workout.
power walk?
Yeah, something like that. Just a normal workout.
And Sarah, I ended up meeting on a rare occasion in a late night bookshop.
They were just nuts.
You're still pretty quiet as ever, I see.
He shrugs. Have not much to say.
I reach over and give her like a small hug.
Yep. She leans a little bit into it.
Aww.
See, out of character, I would say she's totally a son.
He's totally a what?
A son.
Soon. Yeah, son.
Tsundere.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Sundere not necessary.
He's extremely shy by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I'm
during my time
curious.
with them, they haven't let me down.
Now I'm curious. Stereotypes. Help me.
It would be your typical. From
It's not
the
like I like
sounds
you
of
or
it,
anything, Baka.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
would be
sort-
Tsundere, but I mean, there are more than Tsundere, Yandere, Dere, and Q-Dere.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, there's like a lot.
Yes.
Sarah strikes me as more like the socially awkward, I don't know what to do kind of person.
Again?
Sarah strikes me as kind of the socially awkward, I don't know what to do kind of person. So
wouldn't-
someone who would never make the first move.
I would. Well, when we talk in Dere types, I looked it up. Dandere would be more for Sarah.
Dandere?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's mine, you know.
Mine.
Don't think you have a shot with her, because she's mine.
Honestly, I was getting that. Yeah.
But let's continue.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess after a little bit I ask,
How you holding up, Sarah?
I'm fine. Why? Voice.
oh, I thought you already had the drunk phase on, I was about to say.
No. Sarah
Wow.
was just drinking water and coke. She is.
Oh, Susan, my bad, Susan.
Oh.
How you feeling, Susan?
I'm fine. Why? Wait, that was the same what she said. But yeah, still. That fits for both.
Just making sure you aren't trashed yet.
You
are
should
kinda
know me
down
better
to
by
those
now.
drinks.
You should know me better by now.
Well, it's been a little bit since I've had alcohol, so just trying to make sure you don't go over your limit.
I know my limit, don't worry about it.
I hold my hands up.
Okay. But yeah, I figured we could probably head to like another bar, probably do a little bit of some bar hopping.
Sounds good.
She nods. And Sarah, yeah, just appreciate. Yeah, Sarah is Sarah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good. My wine's getting a little stale as it is.
All right, then. On to the next stop.
I get up and pay the tab before leaving.
Yep. Where do
Yep.
you want to go to?
Let's go to the Bel Air area.
Yep. I have no fitting background for that. I still need to look up a picture of Bel Air. I wanted to do that last week, and then stuff happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, positive stuff. I
okay.
was just busy.
He didn't pull up to the house about 7 or 8.
What did I?
Fresh Prince reference.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have not seen that for so long. And when I did see it, it was in German back then, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to play the song for you now in English, and you will appreciate it.
The song is in English and German, and the German version too. It's just the intro
Oh.
song of... We dub it, we don't translate the music. I mean, when you watch an anime and intro music for the anime isn't dubbed either, isn't it?
Well, I will say during that time, here's the thing.
Yeah,
During that
okay,
time,
yeah.
there were some shows that had like different intros based off of what country you were in.
Okay, yeah, that's...
So, like, I wouldn't have known.
Right, yeah, I know you said, but not for those kind of things. Yep. But yeah, for animation, they did that. You're right, my bad.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You good? You fine?
Yep.
Right, so we go to Bel Air.
Bel Air.
I guess we just drive around until we find another bar. Is that what we're looking for?
E.
Guess so.
All right.
Yeah. What kind of bar do you run into? Oh, let's fit to the thing. You arrive at a wine bar, so to say, wine cellar, those kind of things.
Oh, wine cellar.
Yeah. They did really go all out, and with fake stone walls and so on. So that you have the feeling that you are in a stereotypical European old building and so on.
Oh, okay.
The American European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't this ironic?
This place is pretty unique, wouldn't you say?
I look up at the place. I feel like there's a stereotype joke here, but I don't think I want to make it.
Well, allow me to make it for you.
I'm joking.
Oh God.
What was that voice? That was...
I got hype. I got hype. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Yep.
So
All right, inside we go.
inside we go.
Yeah.
Make a beeline for the bar, I guess. But
Yeah.
first, yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh.
Oh no.
What?
Nothing. I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
The GM just snickered to himself and goes, "Nothing's wrong."
Right?
Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. I just rolled a 2. Everything is fine.
Oh
So, yeah.
no. Well,
Amber nudges Aspen.
Maybe we should tell more vampires in order of Bloody Mary. See if they laugh at it.
I smirk and just do blah 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 as I walk towards the door.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, God.
Blah blah blah, and just keep walking.
Masquerade,
Yes.
guys, masquerade.
Well, I mean, it's a joke
It's a
thing.
joke.
Yeah. I
You wouldn't just
know.
walk up to a place and go, people take it seriously, like, oh, vampire! No. Aspen had her moment, and now she gets all serious again.
Yep. Susan looks at you irritated.
So yeah, let's go ahead and actually order our drinks now.
Okay. What do they serve here? I'm not that big of a wine drinker, to be honest.
I look over my shoulder at her and raise an eyebrow. Says the girl who downed 2 mojitos.
That's rum, that's not wine.
Well, oh, I'm thinking of Moscato. Ah, my bad. Actually,
I feel like she actually would enjoy Moscato.
I think
Out
you're
what's
right.
Moscato?
Moscato is a Spanish, sweeter kind of wine.
Ah,
It's very fruity and sweet.
gotcha.
Personally, not a fan, but
Ingy.
I like it.
I'm a fan
The-
of Macedonian wine.
oh, I think I've had one of those.
Yeah, they are so cheap, but they're still extremely good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in this case, Aspen kind of smiles and like, well, my uncultured friends, I'm about to teach you 3 about the wide, wide world of wines. And she winks and heads further in.
Susan looks at you. I give you $10 when you drink a glass of wine and hold it in.
Pass. Without turning around, she just keeps going. Oh, the snark between these two. I love it.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, Amber looks to both Susan and Sarah and then walks up, and then follows Aspen.
Yep, they too follow too, obviously.
Aspen is looking what to order, and she turns and does give Sarah a curious look. Do you drink wine by any chance?
She shrugs.
All right, well then, let's see. I think I'll order us girls around. My treat. I'll go with the white wine. Our resident jar opener will go with a Moscato. Amber, you look like a Pinot Grigio kind of girl to me.
I just tilt my head.
It's a red wine.
Yeah, but also Amber can't taste anything of it and would want
I know. I know what she's.
She's just an element.
Sarah, you know what? I think you would enjoy a Moscato too.
Yeah, you order and I assume sit down. Oh, don't you?
Yep,
All right.
Yep. We ordered
Yep.
and we take our seats.
Yep.
While we
Sorry?
do that, no.
Yep.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Susan takes a taste test and then, yeah, it's fine, I guess. And Sarah, takes a little sip and just nods. What's that?
I smile, but don't touch my glass. I just leave it on the table in front of me.
Yeah.
You think we'd be okay if we took a tiny sip, right?
I say
You'd
while
think.
pushing my thing around.
You'd think. But I would personally save that for an exit strategy. Like, give her a little smirk. I do miss wines, though. I look down into my glass.
I would have loved to taste this.
I remember what this tastes like. You know, I think this is the first drink I ever had right before I met Mr. Carter. Right after, got away from that old man.
Oh?
Aspen gets really pensive. It's only been 2 years? God, it feels like forever. She suddenly looks up as if she realizes where she is.
Melancholia.
Well, you're free to share.
What did Ember say?
I said, you're free to share.
Aspen thinks for a moment. Well, I mean, there's really not much to say. Here we are, after all. This is the end result.
Fair, fair.
I feel like at this point, Amber would probably actually take a sip of the drink without realizing.
I had half a thought.
Are you sure about that? I mean, she's a vampire now for some years.
If anything, Aspen would be the one to do that by accident.
It's okay. Like, what I'm thinking is she'll take a drink, realizes, and then actually, like, slowly, like, discreetly try to spit it back out.
Yep. But while you are still contemplating, someone comes to your table. It's a woman, early 20s, rather short, 5'9", 5'8". I'm not good with American sizes, you know.
Yep.
Sorry?
5'8" would be about average height.
Okay, then more 5'5". She's
Yeah,
a little bit smaller. That's what I
Yeah,
want to
that's
say.
about average. Okay.
5'5" to 5'2" would be pretty short.
Yeah, then so 5'5" around. Long black hair. Oh, hi. I haven't met you before, haven't I?
This isn't who I think it is.
It is. That's why I had to giggle.
I know exactly who this is.
Oh no.
No, I don't believe we've met.
Okay, that's... well, I did see you yesterday, but you didn't... well, what was that? Thanks for the follow, Grace.
Oh.
No, Grace
Hello.
Shamlak. I'm Avalona. Can I sit with you?
I don't see why not.
Okay. And she sits down and looks at you two, looks at Aspen and Susan. So, 2 ghouls and 2 vampires in a wine bar. That sounds like a joke.
I sputter a bit, but keep it in check. Like, damn!
And I take it you're aware of us because you are...
I'm one too. Don't worry about it. Well, when I would be a werewolf or something, I would have attacked you, wouldn't I?
Fair.
I glance over at her. It exactly gives you the impression that we are vampires or
Oh, I can see
whatever.
that she moves her hand around the sides of you. I can see that. Don't worry about it. Don't you know about the different disciplines?
Well, I mean, it's not exactly every day someone just walks up to me and says, "Hey, you're a vampire, aren't you?"
Well, I guess
So
so.
forgive me for being a little on
Okay,
edge.
okay. Then from the beginning, there's a discipline called Aspects that makes you see things. Well, it also makes you see, hear, and feel better. But also, you can see things. For example, you can see if what is someone and what I feel, and so on and so forth.
Wow. I would love to think she actually spoke that fast, and Aspen's just blinking.
She did spoke that fast.
Okay. Well then, I stand corrected.
I take it you are also of what's that clan?
Oh no, sorry. This is actually in the thing.
Yeah, in character. I know that.
Yeah.
Bar's also in character.
Oh, okay then.
Yep.
I take it you're in clan what's it called? Malkavian?
Why you think that? I mean, I could also be a Toreador. Toreador can have Auspex too. So only because I have Auspex doesn't mean that I'm a Malkavian.
Amber raises her hand.
Yep.
Toreador don't have certain features that you display.
Oh, you haven't talked much with Toreador, don't you?
I've spoken with a Toreador before.
Yeah,
You're a whole
one.
new ballpark.
When you say so, I think I'm normal.
Let's just say you're interesting.
I can say the same thing about you, but I wouldn't say that you're Malkavian only because you are interesting.
Oh, I didn't say that interesting was bad now, did I?
I didn't say that neither. But you said that I... Well, wait a moment. Did you just say that Malkavian is a bad thing?
No, not at all.
Good.
So then you are from Malkavian.
I haven't said that.
Well, you certainly got defensive about it.
Girls, I have a very simple way to resolve this. Aspen turns in her seat.
I won't go to the Tremere that they make a blood test. And yes, I hear they can do that.
Exactly where I was going with that, but I think we're skipping a couple steps here. I don't think we've been introduced.
Oh, didn't I say that? I'm Avalona. I'm Avalona. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Amber holds her hand out.
Amber.
Nice to meet you too. She takes the hand and shakes.
And my name's Aspen.
She nods. And those two are Yogul or Yoguls? Or is one of them from one and the other from the other?
I wouldn't refer to them as ghouls per se.
Well,
They're
that's the term.
associates of mine.
So they are not ghouls. But they are ghouls.
Aspen's just trying to keep her smile in check at this point. She finds this all very amusing.
And I like this different approach to Avalona that Amber has versus Kellyanna.
Yep.
I mean, a ghoul is such a dirty term, so to speak.
No,
Which is
it
why I
isn't.
like to refer to them as associates.
It's not a dirty word, it's just a word how they are called. It's there are ghouls, there are humans, there are vampires, there are Garu, there are mages and so on. That's just the term.
I'm aware, but I'd like to refer to them as associates.
Okay.
Anyway,
Then I
this here is
refer to your clan from now on as the Kikas.
The what?
Kika, I don't know what it means, but when people can do make up words for other for things that have already words what describes them,
Hold up.
then everybody can make up new words for them.
Hold up. You think the word associates is made up?
Well, no, but it has a meaning, and that's not to say, and it doesn't mean ghoul.
I think this conversation is going absolutely nowhere at this point.
Anyway, this is Susan, and this is Amber.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Sarah. She pets both of their hands. Heads, I mean.
These ghouls
Or Amber shivers a bit.
are associates of mine.
Okay.
There we go. And I turn back to Avalona, was it?
Yep.
So, what can we do for you tonight?
I don't know, you come in here and I don't know you, and I thought, hey, I don't know them, I can go over and meet them, and maybe they are interesting.
Well, we're something, that's for sure. We're just out on the town, just relaxing. Hopefully, staying out of trouble. You know how things can be, though.
Normally this place is quiet.
Well, there you go.
Bling.
Oh, there we go.
I hear everything.
By the way, Avalana,
Yep.
you seem to be a pretty direct individual
Am I?
from what we've gathered so far.
She shrugs.
You wouldn't happen to know of any Nosferatu around, would you?
They're around. I mean, it's possible that one is sitting here with us and we don't know. I mean, it could be possible that I'm a Nosferatu and just use obfuscate that I don't look like a Nosferatu and play a little bit. How you wanna know? You don't have aspects and can't see through obfuscate?
How would you know if I have obfuscate or any of those abilities?
Yeah, Gangrel, and you seem to be young.
Blunt, I like it.
Well,
Blunt, I like it.
Ken,
Yeah,
still
we-
here.
Yeah, it's still on Amber. I'm just
Well,
sitting back enjoying this whole thing.
Yep.
Well, I figured you throwing out these possibilities would be possibilities that have not happened as well. And Anyway, I guess we were just trying to wind down a bit while trying to figure out a couple things.
Maybe I can help you. I'm always helpful.
I look over to Aspen.
I frown a little bit. Just like that?
Why not? I mean, you know how it is. I help you, and maybe you help me later. Who knows? And even if not, I mean, the more people I help, the more people know me. Like me at least, and that means less people want to kill me. That's good. Always good when people don't want to kill you.
You have a fair point there. Yeah,
By the way, Susan is just sitting there, completely has no idea what to do. She seems to be
I can
completely, what
imagine
the
that.
fuck is going on here?
I can imagine that. Like, Amber right now is having her moment.
Yep.
I would say, as Amber said, we're just out on the town trying to live it up a little bit. If we happen to come across a Nosferatu who might have information that we are looking for, all the better. But
Well,
really, there's
Well, normally when I want to talk with them, I just go to entrance to the sewers, open them, and shout in there that I'm alone and that I want to talk to them. They live down there. And sometimes they hear that. Well, I guess they hear it always, but sometimes they even come.
I pause and purse my lips. Sewers. I'll think about that one.
Sounds a bit too easy, if you ask me.
That works for me.
Well, I mean, if you want to get someone's attention, you would always just shout in their general
Sorry.
direction. So it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I think too. That's why I do it this way, but I don't often need to talk to them. Mostly it's because I heard something and want to tell them, and maybe that's why they come. They always want to know things.
While Avalana is going on, I just pat Susan and gesture to her drink.
Yeah, like
I
don't
also
worry
whisper
about
to-
it. Everything's
Yeah, I
fine.
also whisper to her, just drink.
She nods with, yeah, I figured yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be somewhat surprised and impressed if Sarah was keeping up with all of this.
Yeah.
When you look to Sarah, she is there, sips slowly on her glass, and has a rather more reddish face than normally, let's say it this way.
Oh.
Oh, she drunk already, isn't she?
Figured out. Maybe not.
I would like to roll perception.
Perception and what exactly? To figure out if someone is drunk.
Empathy?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Would it be empathy?
Yeah,
Okay,
empathy
perception,
could also be medicine, maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's something. But yeah, I would say empathy is fitting for that. She clearly seems like the alcohol has an effect on her, yes.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh. Oh golly gee.
Oh,
I pet Sarah on the back a couple times.
you know, turning back to Avalona,
Thought so.
I was thinking about something. I am new in town, and I do have a bit of a deadbeat father. I was wondering, have you ever heard of a guy named Arthur Kilpatrick?
Yes, that's the guy in Santa Monica, right? Always makes funny phone calls.
Yeah, that's how I heard from him. I was just wondering if you had any experience with him.
Personally, no. But I know of a guy who had once experience with him, and apparently he helped him, but he only wanted to know where someone is going, and apparently this guy was leaving town, and Arthur helped this guy to figure out that the other guy was leaving town, so guess he's helpful.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that but slower?
I love it to play Avalona. Someone wanted to find out where someone is, and the guy who wanted to the guy was leaving town. So the first guy did go to Arthur Kilpatrick to figure out where the second guy is, and Arthur Kilpatrick figured out that the second guy left town and told the first guy, and first guy was happy. And first guy was also one of us. Don't know about second guy, maybe.
Oh, so he's at least aware of us on some level.
No, but apparently second guy was had something to do with police before he was embraced.
Interesting.
But there are rumors
I'm-
about him, so I don't know, maybe.
I mean, if we're connecting the dots 2 and 2, it does seem that a police officer who's dealt with information.
He's not a police
May
officer, he's
possibly.
just chamber, you know the word,
Yeah.
I forgot the word.
Why
bail
toss
bond
police officer into the mix then?
because Arthur Kilpatrick helped a police officer.
Nope, that's also not what she said.
Oh my goodness. This
Second guy was a
girl's
criminal.
Definitely Malkavian.
Second guy was a criminal and had a criminal record, and that's how Arthur Kilpatrick figured out stuff about
okay.
him. Jailballs,
Still-
you remember.
Yeah. We might be swinging by his place later on.
Okay.
Okay.
Want me to
I
come
will.
with you? Maybe I can help you.
Um,
I mean, I'm no longer in town than you. Maybe I can really help you.
I'm okay. Let me start with this.
Yep.
Do you have a cell phone? I know they're pretty rare these days, but do you have one?
Why should I have a cell phone? People can track them. At least that's
She
what I
raises
hear.
a very good point.
At least that's what I heard about it. Apparently there's some form of macro chip or how it's called in there, so people can track it. And I don't know why anybody want to know where I am, but in this case I don't want to know where I am, because I know where I am, and I don't want other people to know where I am in this case.
You raise a fair point.
These things are, but these things are still new.
So?
I mean,
So I take it you don't have one then.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a landline that I could possibly reach you at then?
No.
I see.
I guess we'll be shouting into sewers then.
I'm not a Nosferatu.
Is there a form of contact that we could possibly reach you at? Perhaps a local shop you go to or work at,
I'm
or
sometimes
something
here,
along those lines?
I'm sometimes here, I'm sometimes in Club Zombie, I'm sometimes in Taste of LA, sometimes I'm even in how's it called again? Looked it up quickly. Sometimes I'm even in the S-Pole or the Last Front from time to time, but I don't like it there. There are too many anarchs and I'm weird.
My oh my.
Well, I prefer not having to try and randomly pick between place and place.
Well, when you would be connected to the cobweb, that would be something different, but you're not connected to the cobweb, and you can't connect to the cobweb, so there's that.
Amber raises a hand before letting out a deep sigh.
Aspen's just trying to keep a straight face. You know, Avalona, as much as I would like to have you along on this party, I feel like our night's not going to be that long. It looks like Amber here might be developing a little bit of a headache.
That's it always happens to people. That's weird. But okay, then I will try to find something to eat. That's why I was here anyway.
Fair enough.
Okay, then see you soon around. Maybe, I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully we'll meet each other again soon.
Bye. And she goes.
Bye.
And as soon as she leaves, Susan looks at you. What the fuck was that?
From what I've heard, it's the clan of Insanity, Malkarian. Or Malkavian, my bad.
So,
Aspen just looks at Amber and just mouths, "Wow." But well, it does seem like our best bet would be at this point either we can get Amber something to drink, as it were, or we go and check out this place, this Arthur Kilpatrick.
Why don't we check him out first, and then we go ahead and get myself something to drink?
Fair enough. Are you two done with your drinks?
Susan holds up her empty drink, looks at Sarah, and she's too, I think. The glass is empty at least, you see.
Sarah, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Aspen keeps her face straight, but she goes to stand up. All right, I'll pay the bill, and then off we go.
Do you know where this Arthur Kilpatrick is, by the way?
I believe he gave a address in his phone call.
Yeah, he did. And also Avalona said Santa Monica.
Yeah.
See, she was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get past the hyperactive crazy,
I love interacting with Avalona.
Yep.
so yeah, I get up, pretend to take one last sip, and then put the glass down.
Yep. Susan also gets up, and Sarah stands up and nearly falls, and Susan can catch her in the last moment.
I pull a face. Maybe we should take her home first.
Susan looks at
Agreed.
you. Yeah, I think so too. You okay, Sarah? She just mumbled something.
I get on the other side of Sarah and help Susan carry her.
By the way, that was a stamina check for Sarah. I made the 2d10. Yes.
So I go pay the bill, get in the car. And I guess we go back to the apartment,
Yes.
and we.
Do you want to talk while you drive?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, not this time.
Yep. So, then you arrive back home.
I help Susan carry Sarah upstairs.
Hmm.
Can you make sure she's fine, by the way?
Yeah, I take care of her. Don't
Okay,
worry about
Thank
it.
you.
Mm.
We'll hopefully be back soon.
Yeah, don't be... Well, on the other hand, I think she should be fine. Well, yeah, be careful.
Will do. Thank you.
Also,
And then
as
head
soon
back
as
down.
you enter the apartment, Sarah runs into the bathroom and you hear what you expect to hear. Let me put it that way. Yeah.
Sounds to me like she is a heavy lightweight.
That explains
One
why she
glass-
did only drink water and cola.
Yes, it does now. One glass of wine. Dang.
To be honest, it was just because of the botch. I mean,
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
it.
fair
She
enough.
doesn't take alcohol lightly, but I didn't expect her to botch. I was prepared for it, but I was more hoping for just a fail and not a botch.
Fair enough.
So she could be a little bit more outgoing on something, but okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's how
Well,
the
that's-
dice decided.
Poor girl.
Yeah. Poor girl.
That one has
So-
a head on her shoulders. I can't get her fucked up too bad.
While they're doing all that, I go and check the phone to see if there's any new messages.
No new messages yet.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then I head back downstairs
Yep.
to the car.
And I briefly go and check to find James. I assume he's in the kitchen somewhere.
You find a note that he's out and grabbing some stuff and doing some stuff he needed to do, but wasn't able to do at the time at the day. Buying some stuff and so on, groceries and so on.
I smile and shake my head and take the note just so he would know that I saw it, and then go to the car.
Yep.
All right, off to Santa Monica.
And with that, I would say we end it for tonight.
I think so.
Yeah, it's nearly 3 hours again.
Oh man.
My God.
Time flies.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the way how things were going, I thought, like, we were gonna get Susan drunk and not Sarah.
That girl can hold her liquor. Wow.
Well, 2 mojitos, a wine, and a beer, that's not that much.
That's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
Okay, maybe I'm just...
How many mojitos? 1?
2.
2.
2 mojitos, a glass of Moscato, a beer. That fucked me up.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'd be trash-faced.
But man, she's like,
She can
props to
hold
her. Props to her.
But yeah, what do you say today? Feedback and so on.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, it didn't feel like we did a whole lot, but man, character building.
Yep. Sometimes the character building is important.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's a roleplay after all, and not just an action adventure.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
We got to throw shade back and forth between Aspen and Susan. Like the standoff between those two is just.
Right?
Yep.
Like, oh my God.
Probably shouldn't have spent the blood in the arm wrestle, but whatever.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for me, though, if I don't get blood within the next few days, though,
Yeah, it could be end badly. But yeah, both of you two experience points.
Yay.
yee.
And
So
with
now we're
that,
up
I
to
also
7.
end the stream. And to our viewers, the view we had. Thanks for watching, and I hope you had fun too. Bye.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.